And now taking you deep into the Hawaiian forest. We're going for a hike on the Manoa Cliff Trail. It's one of the great hiking spots in Honolulu on Oahu in Hawaii. Today I'm sending you a video postcard from my home in Honolulu, Hawaii. We are going to take a hike in the mountains looking out over Manoa Valley. This view gives you a good summary of the walking conditions on the trail. It's really quite easy. Mostly level dirt. In this Google Earth view, you can see that Waikiki is just a few miles from the mountains. And you hop in your car and drive up the hill. You'll soon reach the beginning of the Manoa Cliff Trail where the hike begins. Zooming into Manoa Valley with the mountains around it, we gain a clear view looking at the route we'll take on the hike. It goes along the side of the ridge. That's why it's called the Manoa Cliff Trail. The easy route getting there is along Round Top Drive. It's a nice scenic curving road. When you get to the address 4059 on Round Top, you have arrived. Enter the trail directly from the road. Quite the dramatic and beautiful location, and it's an easy hike. You could walk in and back out again in less than 2 hours. Signage marks the entrance and cautions you not to fall off the cliff. Take normal precautions and you'll be just fine. It's right close to town. It takes maybe 20 minutes to drive up here. And then you park your car along the road and you enter right through the gateway here into the Manoa Cliffs Trail. It's 2 miles long, quite level, and gives you some wonderful views down into the Manoa Valley, as well as a lovely forest hike. So let's go check it out. All right, we're going up the trail, and it's a very easy trail. Nice forest floor, leaves and a few roots, and today there's no mud. We're lucky because it has not been raining lately. If it's a rainy day, better to not come up here. It'll be a little muddy. You don't need that. But on a day when there's been no rain, and especially here, there's been no rain for the last couple of days, which is pretty unusual. Manoa and the mountains are pretty much rainy area. But when there's been no rain, it's choice. And already, as soon as you enter the trail, it's just beautiful. Okay, you can see already I did exaggerate a little bit in calling the trail level. It does go uphill somewhat, and there are many steps that have been created along the trail to make it easier for you to go up. It has an elevation gain of 500 feet during the 2 miles, so it's not totally flat, but let's just say it's not steep. It's comfortable. And it's a dirt trail, which is fairly smooth, so it really does make some easy walking. And not crowded. On this walk, we only saw 6 other people during the 2 hours. Passing a small volcanic rock outcrop on the side of the trail, this area is an extinct volcano. Eruptions began less than 1 million years ago, with the last one happening about 50,000 years ago. First of the nice views we'll be getting looking down into the back of Manoa Valley with the Ko'olau Mountains in the background. It's paradise for the casual hike. You don't need any special equipment. You'll probably want to bring along some water and wear decent shoes, but no climbing gear is necessary here. It's an easy trail. You'll pass through a small bamboo grove. Further up on the hill on other trails, there is quite a large bamboo forest that you could discover later. Up ahead, the trail that we're walking on now does connect with several other of the mountain trails in this system. And you could continue that way and make a big round trip, a longer hike than we're planning today. Instead, here we're doing it the easy way. We're walking in the trail for about 2 miles, and we're turning around and walking back out again the same way, right back to where we parked the car. On the map, you can see the route of the Manoa Cliff Trail in red. We're walking in, and then we're turning around and walking back out again the same way. On the other hand, you could connect to one of several trails, come down the Pu'uohia Trail, or slightly longer, come down the Kalawahine Trail, and then you walk back along the road to your car where you parked. The cliff trail is so beautiful that returning on it the same way you came in back to your car is a wonderful hike. You're seeing the same thing but from a different angle. Then you do not have to walk a mile on the road to get back to your car. At the end of the video, we'll show you that map with more of the trails illustrated. They are all good and worth hiking. Here's the website to download that map, and we'll put a link in the description down below. The ohia lehua tree in the foreground with its beautiful red blossom is endemic to the Hawaiian Islands. One of our most iconic flowers. The mountain we're on is called Pu'u Ohia, more commonly referred to as Tantalus. About halfway along the trail, you'll come to the bench, a place to sit down and contemplate that beautiful vista out there and take a break from the hike. One of the prettiest and most fragrant flowers in Hawaii is the yellow ginger. It's technically considered an invasive species, which it is. It was brought in from outside and it grows quite well, but everybody loves it. A favorite for the flower lays. Walking just a bit further, we come across another kind of ginger flower. It's called the kahili ginger, named after the Hawaiian feather symbols of the kahilis, representing ancient Hawaiian chiefs. The trail is easy walking, but most of it is quite narrow. If somebody's coming along, you might have to stop to let them go by you. If you look down on the right side of the trail through the bushes, you can see there is a fairly steep drop-off, which is why they call this the Manoa Cliff Trail. If you took a big tumble and slipped off there, you could be in trouble. There are several side gullies, as you see here, that were carved out by the rainfall coming down the flumes between the side ridges, with the trail winding in and out around them. The route is generally level but curvaceous in a pleasant meandering way. Another fine view looking down into Manoa, and then turning to your left, looking north through the vegetation, we see the magnificent peaks of Konahuanui, which is the tallest mountain in the Ko'olau mountain range at 3,150 feet. Another native flower growing here is the ie. The Hawaiians used it for a variety of medicinal purposes, as well as for making some things like baskets and fish traps. It is such an easy walk, but there are a few places where you have to step up. Sometimes it's knee-high, so you have to be able to get up that far. No problem for anybody who's in average condition. Here's a stretch that was slightly muddy even on a very dry day, so you can imagine what this is like after the rains. If it's been raining on the day, I wouldn't come up here. This trail is quite old, dating back to 1910, but in recent years there has been a lot of work to improve and stabilize it, putting in the steps and keeping the trail clear by the State of Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources, especially their Na Alahele program maintaining trails. Search and you'll easily find their website with all of the official Hawaii trails listed. There's also been a volunteer private workforce called Manoa Cliff Native Forest Restoration Project, and they meet on every Sunday morning with volunteers and clear out invasive weeds and do a lot of planting of native vegetation. And they're open to the public to join them any Sunday morning. Just meet at 9 a.m. on the roadway at the entrance to the trail. This gate keeps the wild pigs out of the watershed area, and as you reach the gate, go through and close it behind you, you are approaching the end of the Manoa Cliff Trail. Nice collection of tea plants brought here by the early Hawaiians, and look up, you'll see some native ferns. At this point, the trail splits with a fork to the left going to the Pu'u Ohia Trail, which continues uphill and around along the top of the ridge. Or you can keep going to the right side for a little bit more of the Manoa Cliff Trail, which becomes Kalawahine Trail. This white hibiscus on the tree is one of the only types of hibiscus that's native to the Hawaiian Islands, and it has a very slight floral fragrance. Finally, we have a clear view of the majestic mountain called Aba Aba Loa, or more commonly, Mount Olympus, a name supposedly given to it by some Punahou school students 100 years ago. Walking to the top of that peak is not authorized because it's extremely difficult and can be very dangerous, with sharp drop-offs on both sides from the narrow ridge. There are many other safe and legal trails that will keep you busy up here. We're done for now, but you've had a taste of how beautiful it is up here, so you'll want to come back for more. And here's a look at the official trail map. The yellow highlight shows the trail we just walked on the Manoa Cliff, but have a look at all the other trails that are up here. Each and every one of them is excellent, so you'll have to come back several more times. I hope you enjoyed this Hawaii postcard. For my regular viewers, you're more used to seeing me in Europe, but I do live in Honolulu, so I'm going to be showing you a little bit more of the beautiful Hawaiian Islands in the coming years, along with many more movies about Europe and elsewhere. So stay tuned. We upload a new travel movie every week, so if you want to be informed, please subscribe and click that little alarm bell so you'll be notified. And if you enjoyed the movie, how about a thumbs up? And we always welcome comments down below. Or if you have questions about the destination, make note and we'll answer them. Thanks for watching.